I've got the death battle pulled up on my side, so I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Let me switch screens and move over so chat can see. Okay, so yeah, I'm starting at timestamp 0.
Yep, I'm at 0 as well.
Hey Joker, you want to see something funny?
Hmm.
Good shout out.
Thanks. People shouting me out.
Hey, given how much you helped other content creators by gifting a good jillion gifted subs,
Jillian.
well, when you add it all up,
Alright, listen. I'm just a guy who loves his friends, who think they deserve a lot, okay? That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
yeah, keep telling yourself that, champ. All right.
Okay.
All right. So yes, Gru versus Megamind, and this is gonna be 3D. It looks like. Alrighty, let's get this underway. Hit play in 3, 2, 1.
Fight! Gru versus Megamind.
You either die a despicable villain or live long enough to become an admirable hero.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Evil never dies.
Oh, King Tyrant, also hello.
Waiting for a villain to arise.
Hope you're doing well.
Its name to the darkest corners of the earth.
Like a man so evil, he cuts in line at the coffee shop and makes balloon animals for kids and then pops them in their face. What a despicable man.
The world would surely tremble at his name, Gru.
Really? Just Gru? Doesn't have some sort of stage name or like doctorate or, you know?
Felonious Gru, son of the supervillain known as the Bald Terror.
Oh man, he's so dead.
Even as a small child, Gru had big aspirations. He could make rocket bikes.
Appeared on
cheese
Ellen.
rays,
Oh,
and
that's just.
dog?
And his arsenal grew even more with the help of his new best buddy, Dr.
Supervillain
Nefario.
since 11 years old.
Now that's a supervillain name. Come on, man.
With Nefario's help, Gru's gadgets grew gadgets. Flamethrowers, sticky fingers, fantastic entertainment for 2-year-olds, and a fully weaponized airship. Though I must question this thing's aerodynamics.
It's loaded up with wing-mounted machine guns, a rocket thruster that can escape the Earth's atmosphere, and a whole lot of missiles.
Despite the impressive firepower, Gru's go-to weapon seems to be his freeze ray, which can encase most people in ice with a single shot.
With his gadgets and gusto combined, and a little teaching from the School of Villainy, Gru started making strides in the underworld of evil. He swiped the crown jewels when he was only a kid, nabbed the New York City Jumbotron just for fun, and even stole both the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty.
From Las Vegas.
Yeah, Gru was bad, but he wasn't good at being bad. A lot of his schemes kind of blew up in his face.
The line dividing genius from moron is a thin one. Just look at us.
Oh yeah, my back hurts from carrying all the genius between us.
Regardless, while Gru...
At least they're self-aware of how dumb they can be at
The
times.
loyalty of a few
Yes, they are. At least that helps out.
guys, like little guys. There's Kevin, Bob, Stuart, Otto, Billy, Larry, John, Liam, Chad.
Oh, the Minions! And that's not just their role, it's the actual name of their species.
Right, the Minions have existed since the dawn of life itself, over 3 billion years ago, and they all follow one instinct: to serve the biggest, baddest, most despicable villain they can find.
T-Rexes, Count Dracula, AI artists, whatever evil they can lay their grubby little eyes on. Or just one eye. But finding their big boss was the easy part. Keeping them, not so much.
The amount of times the Minions have incidentally caused the death of their own bosses is staggering.
Wait, didn't one of them serve the Queen of England?
What about it?
nothing.
The minions witnessed Gru's
different
villainy
queen.
firsthand and decided that he would be the next big boss they follow.
It worked out like PB&J, because like Gru, these guys do machines.
The minions invented the fly swatter centuries before humans did. They somehow crafted light bulbs and instruments while living in the Arctic.
Okay,
so
pause.
Naturally, building Gru's
Okay, let's see.
Are we
Adrian.
gonna go over all their names?
Yes, yes. Adrian, Alzar. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Andre,
Alzaraki.
Andre, Albert, Alvin, Alex, Barry, Bart, Benny, Bill, Billy, Bob, Brad, Brett, Brian, Bruno, Buck, Carl, Chad, Charlie, Chris, King, Cinco, Clark, Claude, Cody, Cubby, Dan, Darwin, Devin, Donnie, Douglas, Elvis, Eric, Ernest, Flanders, Frank, Fred, Gary, Gene, Gerald, Gibson, Greg, Hal, Harry, Henry, Jack, Jake, Jeff, Jeremy, Jim, Jinmei, Joe, Joey, Jeff, John, George, Josh, Juan, Jude, Ken, Kevin, Lance, Larry, Lewis, Liam, Mark, Mason, Matthew, Maurice, right? Yes.
Yep.
Mike, Nathan, Neil, Noah,
Norbert.
that's Norbert, but Nobu,
Nobu.
Orlin, Oscar, Otto, Pablo, Paul, Paxton, Peter, Phil, Pudgy, Ralph, Raymond, Rod, Robert, Ron, Ryan, Sam, Samson, Scott, Scrooge, Sean, Sonny, Steve, Stu, Stuart, Ted, Thomas, Todd, Tom, Tony, Vincent, Will, Willie, Zach, Ziggy, Zorex, and more. Well, yeah, there is more than that. Just, do you know how long we would be here if they named every single minion? Mega Minions, Dave, Gus, Jerry, Mel, and the most despicable of them all, Tim. Okay.
Yep, Tim.
And 342, play.
absolutely massive evil lair proved a simple task.
They're geniuses. They once pulled off a jailbreak by building a flying machine out of prison outfits, vans, computers, and toilets. Aisle seaters are in shambles right now.
And they're seemingly invulnerable, having been smashed flat, set on fire, and exploded by missiles even inside their own mouths. But also, they're possibly immortal? Kevin here has been around since the dawn of their species, which means Kevin is 3 billion years old.
And their numbers keep increasing. Over 10,000 minions clock into work every day.
And yet, in a real work setting, they'd be fired in minutes.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like
Yeah.
a popsicle, a butt, or anything remotely silly to distract them enough for plans to go off course. But these guys love TikTok.
It's no wonder that, even with thousands of minions at his back, Gru still
Is it
couldn't
called
cut it as a
TikTok?
supervillain.
TikTok because
Maybe
it's a
it was
waste
time
of
to hang up the
time.
cruise ray for good, but not before taking a chance
I
at
feel
his
like that
ultimate
makes
dream.
sense.
Damn, Damon!
Easier said than done.
Oh no, really? The moon?
When he couldn't get the shrink ray he needed on his own, Gru required a new, even more despicable weapon.
Children. Specifically adopting 3 girls. And somehow it worked. Crime of the century, here we go.
How tragic that through all the dance recitals and unicorns,
I was never a
Gru
despicable
discovered
child. I was a
the
perfect
joys
angel.
of fatherhood.
Oh, story of my
I
life.
don't
God,
believe
I'm
that.
so proud of her. Anyway, out with the
Believe it
fun,
all you
with the
want,
bedtime
but I'm not
story.
lying. I'm
But
sitting in
even
a
though he
chair.
turned a new leaf for his daughters, Gru wasn't done commanding his minion army. Now he'd just do it as not
Cap,
a villain,
nuh-uh.
joining the anti-villain league.
The AVL hooked him up with lipstick tasers and goop grenades, mini submarines,
Hey, the
and
point-blank
high-tech
missile
cars,
explosion?
and some great date
Okay.
nights with the future Mrs. Gru. Things are looking up, buddy.
5 minions even underwent experimental procedures to become more powerful than before. The Mega Minions.
Tim stretches. Dave got super strength. Gus got super strength and flight. Sorry, Dave. Jerry became an indestructible brick monster who eats live bombs. He's my favorite. And Mill's new laser eye can blast through the planet and hit a satellite on the other other side in less than a second.
Calculating its speed across the Earth, that's 5% the speed of light.
So, Gru's true calling wasn't being a villain at all. He's an anti-villain, and he's good at it too. This guy can dodge heat-seeking missiles and casually punch out a shark in one shot, all because he was in full dad mode.
But the most incredible element here is easy to miss. For billions of years, the Minions have had the biological drive to serve the greatest villain they can find. And yet, despite Gru's turn away from villainy, they chose to continue serving him. The Minions' love for Gru is so strong, it overwrote their primordial genetic code.
They still see greatness in him, even now. After all, Felonious Gru will go to the moon and back to keep his family safe. Wait, Kevin, don't touch that button!
Okay, pause
Yep.
quick.
Okay,
Just going off that information. So it sounds like Gru is gonna have the entire backing of the Minions on his side. And of course he's got the 4 Mega Minions. I'm gonna say Gru's got the numbers advantage here.
Yeah, but what I feel like that gets trumped by Megamind's intelligence comparatively to everybody. Even though the minions are intelligent, quote unquote, they're still not gonna have the
Intelligent with quotation marks.
yeah, exactly. You still have Megamind, who's got a talking fish and a bunch of other gadgets and stuff like that on his side.
Mhm.
So maybe not. Who knows? I feel like Megamind will win. I would love to see Gru win, but Megamind might take this. Honestly, depending on what they give him and depending on everything that they put into this. But I'm saying Megamind.
What happens when the villain wins? On a grim, dark day, the citizens of Metro City learned the horrifying answer to that question. When their hero, their Metro Man, was lost forever. Bested by the fearsome supervillain destined for greatness, Megamind.
Cause if your rival's name is gonna be that on the nose, you better match that energy. Their feud goes way back to when they escaped their dying planet Superman style and immediately got in each other's way.
While Metro Baby landed in a nice and cozy home, he caused the weird blue kid to crash land in prison and literally grow up behind bars. What kind of city government would make the kid stay in jail?
It wasn't as bad as you'd think. He was a perfect fit
I mean,
for the Monstrosity prison for the
I gotta be honest, that was one thing that I always questioned in that movie. It's like, wait a minute, why are they gonna keep a baby in prison?
So if he was going to be the bad guy no matter what, why not embrace it and become a true supervillain?
Yeah, sounds kind of like you. Megamind is a genius inventor, creating weapons to stage prison breaks before he can even talk.
It does sound like
Just for being blue. I mean, I know, but it's like, that's a dumb reason.
Crime-starting career, facing off with his destined rival over and over again.
And
So
Megamind's
messed up.
got everything he needs. An invisible car for getaways, assuming he can find the thing. A hover bike for flying and shooting at the same time, if he can multitask. Lasers, bombs, bubble guns, baseball bats, jet boots, and more galore.
But his go-to is the D-gun, a laser pistol with various possible effects, such as destroying, decelerating, demoralizing, de-locking, de-gravity thing.
I wouldn't expect a guy calling himself Megamind to have the best name ideas, Wiz. He probably based the entire thing around his favorite setting, dehydration, which turns people and objects into tiny cubes for easy storage, though they can be returned to normal with a drop of water.
He did keep the whole mind thing running with his horde of henchmen, the Brainbots. These mini-mechs follow Megamind's every command, even pulling off the most incredible drone show you've ever seen in your life.
Which, according to the director's commentary, is made up of over 100,000 Brainbots. Though, ironically, I wouldn't call his Brainbots, smart. That designation goes to Megamind's
Okay, so
proper minion.
Megamind seems to have more minions on his side.
Sidekick, guy in the chair, awkward sibling relationship despite technically being his pet.
The best fish friend you could have in your plans to kidnap news reporter Roxanne Ritchie to piss off Metro Man for the 19th time this week. Or for the final time. Children, shield your eyes!
He did it! Thanks to his most powerful invention of all, an orbital death ray that could shatter mountains, Metro City's hero had fallen. It was Megamind's time to rule.
And He had no idea what to do next. With Metro Man dead, what was even the point?
Clearly, he needed a new superhero to fight, and apparently, he could just make that happen. With his diffuser gun, he injected this loser with Metro Man's DNA, turning him into Metro Man 2.0, Titan.
Megamind even trained him himself, using his disguise generator and expert acting skills. What a performer! But for all his smarts, Megamind is a terrible judge of character. When Titan turned tyrant, Monstrosity needed yet another superhero to save it.
Metro City. Thanks to some encouragement from an old friend, rival, who wasn't actually dead at all and just let all of this happen despite having godlike superpowers. Thanks to some encouragement from a very experienced friend, Megamind stepped up to the plate.
Hey, he had the moxie for it. Megamind's tanked explosions and dodged electric blasts. Titan was strong enough to toss around a skyscraper, and Megamind put up a solid fight with his mech armor.
A suit specifically designed to mimic the pilot's movements, whether it be lamppost sword fighting, busting a move, or being surprisingly stealthy.
And with quick thinking and some hench help, Megamind taught
I mean, when you
Titan
can be
the lesson he
stealthy
knew
with a
all
giant
the
mech,
bad guy
that's impressive, if you
always
ask me.
loses.
So the city decided to just forgive Megamind of all his years of terror and destruction and call him their superhero. I guess they didn't really have any better options.
Hey, Megamind took his new
Eh,
role as the
you gotta do what you
superhero
gotta do.
seriously. He even built a
Yeah,
suit that
basically.
mimicked Metro
If
Man's
you got- don't
strength,
gotta- if you don't have a
flight, and
choice.
X-ray vision.
Now, the D-gun is used to make runaway bad guys lose their balance and get caught. His portal bazooka is excellent for saving people from out-of-control cars. And while the Death Ray might not have been a hero killer, it's certainly great at blowing up giant evil robots.
And Minion was all for it.
Actually, once they went nice, Minion had to legally change his name to Old Chum because of some other Minion-related thing.
What? You mean the yellow guys?
No, I mean they got a cease and desist from Mr. Minion's Meatsicles.
Sounds delicious. I'm still gonna call him Minion. You can't break up this duo.
Even as
At least
Megamind
the
uses
in-universe
destruction
lore would have
tends
you.
to be inevitable. To the point that, as the new mayor of Metro City and his new partner, Roxanne instated a policy that anyone inconvenienced by a Megamind battle would receive a free cup of coffee. That sounds horrifically ripe for corruption.
So that's why there's so many Starbuckses everywhere. At least the brain bots are covering all the cleanup.
Hey,
And
we
some
just
busy
read our
driving
devotionalism
superhero,
about
Megamind's finally
her
found his
power
purpose,
corruption.
Even saving the city from the Doom Syndicate, which is like 6 of him.
Though not without some self-induced difficulty. You have an instant wind gun on your hip. Use it!
Hey, with girlfriend, sidekick, and adoring fans to keep him going, it doesn't matter what sort of danger comes to town. Megamind will always rise up as the defender of Monstrosity.
It's Metro City!
Wiz, what
Okay.
Close
you?
enough.
Alright, pause. Okay. Discussion time. Who will win?
Like I said at the very beginning of this, it's gonna be Megamind. However, I hope it's Gru. It's gonna be stupid, and I know it's gonna be dumb, but I'm hoping Gru. And I was kind of right because in the sense of, yeah, see, he's got his fish, old chum or minion, whatever you want to call him, and he's got his bots as well. So Gru has the minions, and Megamind has that. So they're kind of evenly matched on the numbers playing field. So when it comes to certain like items, I think Megamind's instant win ray on his hip is gonna outdo Gru.
When it comes to the gadget thing, I want to say they're kind of even with the versatility, but it's just Megamind just seems to have a lot more power output. I mean, especially with the space laser cannon thing, I don't think Gru's got anything to match that. Gru with the fart guns, okay, Cyclone. All right.
It'll be interesting.
I mean, the minions are a wild card, I think, because historically speaking, they've unintentionally been the downfall of a lot of their bosses.
And here's my thing, right? With that being said, they're gonna leave Gru and go to Megamind. 100%.
But no, just remember though, their love for Groot overruled their genetic code to follow the most evil villain.
True.
So yeah, either the minions will either cost Groot the fight, or they will somehow help him win.
We'll see.
All right, well, timestamp 1427.
1427. Ready when you are.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a
Death battle! Already, the animation is looking slick.
Minions, prep the artillery.
Uh,
We're not letting him get away.
Hi, peoples.
Ooh, and here I thought it was the hero who chases the bad guys. Ha! Oh, oh, oh. Ah. Minion, I'm going to need a new pair of pants.
Yes, sir. Sending you the Sunday Best package.
Oh. Take this. Oh.
You gotta love those cartoon gags. Oh, gonna land on a bunch of fluffy pillows? Nope.
Razorray, a dark color scheme. Strength, henchmen who look the same. Laser gun, ingenious weaponry. You are certainly a real supervillain. You're just missing one thing. And what might that be?
Presentation!
Minions, assemble and start the music.
Oh, check that mark in the morning. No, hey, we just fixed that. Come on, sir, smash him. Oh, hey, that's kind of cute.
Of course, there will be a couple of minions being friends with the robots.
My own monstrosity? Do you even know who I am?
Well, life is full of disappointments.
I
Oh! Oh, burn! Oh, that was a good burn. I'm gonna use that.
now, as you like to say, Dehydration.
If you're going to steal my lines, at least do it properly.
Whoa.
Okay, thank you for the help.
Minion, is the death ray ready?
Approaching. Getting there. Almost. Kinda. Maybe. On the way.
Yes! Fire! Whoa! Roxanne's gonna kill me.
Remember this, villain. The good guys always win. This is how it's really done. Dehydration gun!
Villain! You mean... Oh, wait a minute. This is all a big misunderstanding.
Oh.
Huh? Oh, work is going to kill me for this.
KO! guess that's
Wow.
2 for Gru, 0 for Will Ferrell.
With so many chaotic factors in this fight, it can get overwhelming trying to keep track of them all.
So we'll break it down 3 ways: arsenal, minions, and skill.
In terms of weapon versatility, Megamind definitely had much more to use. The D-gun alone had enough effects to match what Gru could do with nearly his whole kit. Throw in disguise generators, invisible cars, portal bazookas, and it's a lot for Gru to handle.
Just one problem. Megamind might have had variety, but Gru's weaponry was far stronger in scope. Sure, Megamind's death ray could blow up a mountain, but Gru's shrink ray could take out the moon.
And is much easier to
Yeah,
use on
fair.
top. Frankly, much of Megamind's deadliest weaponry would have little effect anyway.
Check this out. When Gru first tried to get the shrink ray, he triggered a missile trap so explosive it created a mushroom cloud. Based on the size of the blast, that's about 4 kilotons of TNT. And all those missiles fired at him from point-blank range.
Shockingly, that's about 38 times greater than Megamind's orbital death ray. And Gru
Huh.
could have just walked it off. Megamind's mecha suit could take big hits like that, but Megamind himself? No.
So, Megamind would have a hard time blowing him up, but he could still dehydrate him, disintegrate him, freeze him, or even just turn off his gravity and send him flying into space, right?
Sure, though Gru does have some similar weaponry. As far as arsenal is concerned, Gru could take out Megamind through sheer firepower, but Megamind could potentially counter with the D-gun's effects. It's a whoever shoots first wins situation. Their arsenals match up fairly evenly.
But these guys aren't alone. Let's cover Gru's
Yeah,
minions
but
and Megamind's.
We all know
Minions.
Grudo shot
1 to 1,
Fahan
one of Gru's
first.
minions was certainly more likely to take out a brainbot. Sure, minions may have the attention span of an iPad kid, but they can effortlessly hack, dismantle, and rewire most machines. Like, Megamind's brainbots.
And they just won't die! Certainly nothing the brainbots have can take them out. For all we know, the minions may be completely indestructible.
To be fair, maybe one brainbot doesn't stand a chance against one minion, but there are far more brainbots than minions in total. 10 times more. And the brainbots are a much more organized and focused unit.
Compared to the vanilla minions, maybe. But the mega minions are strong enough to rip and chop through metal like wet paper. Aunt Mel's got a history of destroying satellites with a laser beam strong enough to cut through the Earth. So it's bye-bye Death Ray.
But we can't ignore the most competent minion of them all, Minion. Megamind's minion. Old chum.
He's way more competent than Dr. Nefario, can operate all the tech like the mech suit used to fight Titan, and can match Megamind's brains and style beat for beat. Remember that whole presentation bit in the movie? Yeah, that wasn't Megamind, that was Minion.
While Megamind's army lacks the power of, say, the Mega Minions, having a second in command who's just as smart and capable as him makes up for it, making a battle of their underlings too close to call.
So, if neither of them has a clear edge in weaponry or their henchmen, what matters most isn't the tools themselves, but how good or bad they are at using them. It all comes down to skill.
Both Gru and Megamind have their share of
Okay.
less than genius moments and bad luck. But even in the face of things gone wrong, Gru tends to fail upwards, still ultimately completing his missions. Unlike Megamind, who tends to fail much harder before he learns how to succeed.
And we love him for it. It's not like Gru has to put up with Elvis Superman, but even during their villain phases, Gru found some success, unlike Megamind.
Who also has a bad habit of not using his weapon effectively. Like never using the D-gun against the Doom Syndicate. Either because he can get easily flustered, or he just loves showing off. So it's more likely Gru could succeed in a whoever shoots first wins quick draw situation with their arsenals.
Quick Draw is right. Megamind dodge an electric blast is impressive, clocking in around half the speed of sound.
But it pales in comparison to Gru piloting hypersonic ships into space and dodging heat-seeking missiles at Mach 10. Meaning he is fast enough to win that quick draw. Gru takes skill, which finally tips the scales. After a nail-biting back and forth, he has just enough to land the winning blow first, more often than not.
Okay.
Sorry, Megamind. I think you losing was a atrocity.
It's Metro's... The winner is Felonious Gru.
Next time on Death.
Alright, who's next?
That's funny. I'm glad it went to Gru just because
Subscribe.
it honestly it seems more fitting.
Well, I mean, Gru could probably have ended the fight a lot sooner if he didn't give Megamind the courtesy of lighting the orbital ray to shoot. he was just standing right there. It's like, I'm waiting, right? I was thinking, you could just shoot him with a freeze ray right now, but man, overall,
Yuji versus Denji. That one will be fun to watch.
yeah. Well, let's see. Their explanations, I think, were pretty solid. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I guess when they really put it into comparison, yeah, it's like while their weapons and stuff were very similar, Gru had just a small margin of more powerful weapons to balance out the variety Megamind had. But
I I I have like I said from the very beginning with a lot of it was I was truly thinking that with a lot of the weaponry that Megamind was coming with would have been a little bit too much for Group, but their explanation for like his basically his athleticism was Megamind's downfall.
yeah, and like I said, Megamind likes to show off a lot. That's probably his ego with his his wow, English be hard. Infinio. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, chat, for those of you watching this on the Red brand, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, all those good things, and we will see you later.